Hey guys, it's Taylor. I just want to let you know that this is my first ever scripted video, so if I don't sound the greatest, just try to be patient with me because it's my first scripted video. And normally I'm used to, like, just going with the flow and saying whatever. So yeah. And today we're going to be talking about my diagnosis story of when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, or juvenile diabetes, abbreviated T1D, is an autoimmune disease where my immune system attacks my pancreas's beta cells so that I cannot produce a hormone that I need to survive called insulin. Insulin allows me to process carbohydrates, and it allows me to automatically regulate my blood sugar. Without insulin, my blood sugar goes all crazy and I start feeling sick. So I also wear an insulin pump so that I don't get sick. We'll get into that in a moment. So I was diagnosed June 20th, 2009. And today, while I'm filming this, it's gonna be 8 years. Half my life since I was diagnosed with T1D. I dealt with being sick most of my childhood, stomach problems, infections, etc. When I was 8 years old, I was getting sick a lot with UTIs, missing a lot of school and stuff. And if you don't know what a UTI is, it's a urinary tract infection. Basically, it hurts when you pee. I was getting sick pretty much every other week with these, and then I started having stomach issues. The doctor kept telling my mother, we'll keep her monitored, and then he started telling us when we would ask what my blood sugar was, he started saying, my blood sugar meter doesn't read over 200. Keep in mind, guys, the average person's blood sugar is supposed to be between 80 and 120. So anyways, my mom threatens my doctor with getting the media involved, and I am finally told what's wrong with me. I am finally diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I never went to the hospital, however, but we got sent to a diabetes center where they kind of helped us, start dealing with the disease because, we knew nothing about it. We thought it was like type 2, where you got it from eating too much sugar. That will be in another video, but yeah. So before our first appointment, my mom was making me eat sugar-free, big mistake because of the alcohol sugars and stuff, and, that will make my blood sugar go a little crazy. And my parents kept making me cry because I would ask for a candy bar. Meanwhile, I was a very thin kid. Keep this in mind, guys. I was super thin as a little kid. I'll show you pictures when I get the chance. And they would say no. And my dad was 300 pounds at the time. And so you can imagine, that's not very pleasant coming from a man who is extremely overweight. By the way, guys, even though I'm type 1, I can have a candy bar. This is a really good candy bar. I intentionally got a Hershey's Cookies and Cream because of the fact that that was the first candy bar I was ever not allowed to have because my parents didn't know anything about it at the time. So, I can eat anything I want, I just have to take insulin for it. We finally got to the diabetes center. They had me check my glucose each day for about 5 days before they started me on insulin. The doctor said it was my already healthy diet that prevented me from dying, so when I first went on insulin, the hormone I need to process carbohydrates and glucose, I was on shots for about the first 4 or 5 months. It came from a small needle that was we call it the insulin pen, but the needle on it is pretty small compared to another needle that I'm gonna talk about in a sec. This was fast-acting insulin that would act over 2 hours to process carbohydrates and glucose. Then I took insulin at the start of my day, and it gave me long-acting insulin that would, regulate my blood sugar throughout the day. And for some diabetics, they're taking all of their insulin out of this needle. So you might look at things not to say to diabetics videos or type 1 diabetics. We get confused for heroin junkies. This is literally the needle that we take Lantus out of. I promise you, if you see somebody and they're taking insulin out of this and they say that they're taking insulin out of it, you probably shouldn't judge them like that. Just saying. 4 months after I was diagnosed, I started on an insulin pump. So you have to calculate the amount of insulin you take. For example, like, for 10 carbs, you take 1 unit of insulin. So this insulin pump here, I have the Animus Vibe, and it's got like a built-in continuous glucose monitor. I'll explain that in another video probably too, but anyways, this gives me insulin through a tube, and it's got like a straw in it that's like about an inch under my skin, and it gives me insulin. It's my lifeline, and it's called an infusion site. I change that every 2 days instead of using needles whenever I need to eat. My pump does all the math for me, and it makes life a lot easier. Thankfully, to this day, I've never had to be hospitalized because of type 1 diabetes, but it scares me because I see that happen to other people, and even little kids and babies actually die from this disease because the parents don't know. Not enough people know about type 1. Blood sugar going too high or too low, and that stuff can happen in your sleep, and it kills you. It honestly can kill you. So, it's a really scary experience dealing with this disease. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about type 1 diabetes, please leave a comment below. I will most definitely respond. I might make more videos or even story times about type 1, so stay tuned. And also, this Saturday, my Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation walk team is going to be holding a 24-hour live stream because there is no cure for this disease, by the way. No cure at all. All we can do is treat it with insulin. We got to get a cure for this disease, so we're trying to raise money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. So if anybody can donate or come to the live stream, the link will be in my Twitch panels. You can currently donate if you go to my Twitch panels, so I will leave the link to my Twitch below. And if you enjoyed this video or possibly found it relatable, let me know if you're diabetic also below. So the link to my Twitch will be below, and any other social media in case you want to contact me. So drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see like gaming videos, singing videos, and story times and other stuff. So I hope to see you guys later. Bye!